Okay, now presenting Sound, Voice, and Awareness of Awareness by Dr. Mark McMahon. Sonic Harmonic.
Thank you, Davey. Thank you, Davey. Thank you for your attention. My name is Mark McMahon, and I'm here to talk a little bit about my project, Sonic Harmonic. And I'm going to try and fit a 90-minute presentation into 10 minutes. So I might have to talk a little fast. Usually the presentation is very experiential, but we don't have time for that, so it's going to do one little experiential thing, and then after that it's going to be a little bit of touching on some important points. So the first thing I'd like you to do is to take your hand and take your palm and put it on your throat. And I want you to take a very deep breath and let out a nice, long, relaxing ah sound, and feel the vibration as it goes into your arm, into your wrist, and trails down your arm. Take a deep breath. How many of you could feel the vibration going down your wrist? All the way down to your elbow, anybody?
Uh-huh.
You know, if you tuned into it, you could feel sound vibrations all the way down to the tips of your toes, because your body's made out of water, and water conducts sound better than air does. Mm-hmm. So my whole program is about using your voice as a way to heal yourself. And when I say self, I mean yourself, one word, and yourself, two words, with a capital S. Because healing has to do with, there's different levels of healing. One is getting rid of aches and pains or problems, so you're well. And then there's a higher level of wellness, and that is personal growth. And you can use your voice for both of those things. One of the things that I teach people to do is I teach you to use your voice to, you guys have all seen or heard of the Is It Live or Is It Memorex commercial where the lady uses her voice to send a note to a glass and shatters it? Yes? Yes, we've seen this? Mm-hmm. Well, that's an example of using sound as a force for disruption. And disruption sounds negative, but it can be for a positive end. In other words, if you have a block and you need to disrupt the block, you can use the sound of your voice to disrupt a block. For example, if you have a pain in your body, what I teach people to do is to scan up and down with the sound ah to find a note that interacts with the pain. And once you find that note, you send that note through your body, and it tends to break up the blocked energy, which is pain, to help you relieve the pain. And that brings up another point. The sound ah is also it's a physiological sound for release. And releasing and relaxing and letting go is very important for healing and personal growth. And the sound ah, if you're tired and you've just finished a long task, you sit down and what do? Ah. So you're relaxing, letting go. And forgiveness on a higher level and letting go of hurts that someone else may have caused you is very important to the healing process. And this is a good time to transition from the physical realm up into the mental emotional. You can use the sound of your voice to work in these different realms. So in the mental emotional realm, if you have something that's stressing you out, if you have something physical in your body, how do you locate it? You just know, you can feel it, and you can put your awareness there. Something mental emotional, how would you locate that? No?
In your body.
Well, not necessarily. It's not necessarily in your body, although it may manifest in your body. It's in a mental emotional realm. And how do you locate it in that realm? With your attention, by putting your attention on it. If you're stressed out about, say, a financial problem or a problem with a relationship, how do you locate it? You put your attention on it, either by remembering it or thinking about it or imagining it. So then you do something very similar, and that is use the sound of your voice to disrupt that mental emotional blocked energy. Does that make sense? You guys with me? So then moving up into the intentional realm, what these two areas, the physical and the mental emotional realms, are areas where we use the sound of your voice to break up blocked energy. in the intentional or spiritual realm, what we do is we use a sound to open up your energy to a wider, to more flow. So what you do is you choose something like a positive feeling state that you want to experience, and you use the sound ah to, you get a little taste or a sample of the feeling that you want to experience, and you use the sound ah to consciously expand that feeling. And unfortunately, I think we could do one little exercise at the end to close off the talk. That would be a good idea. So what I'd like to do to close off my talk is think about something that you're passionate about. Think about something that makes you very happy, and get a little example of something very tangible that makes you get in touch with that experience. In other words, if you like being at the beach, get in touch with the feeling of the sand between your toes. Or if you're passionate, if your work turns you on, get an example of something you did recently that made you happy. So has everybody got something that makes them happy, a little idea? And what we're going to do is with the sound ah, we'll do 2 long breaths with the sound ah, thinking about that experience. And with the sound ah, you're just going to let it open up and get bigger. Make sense? So tune into your positive item, take a deep breath, and say ah, and let it get bigger and brighter. Once again, even bigger, even brighter. Anybody feeling a little bit better? I hope so. That's the whole idea. I'd like to thank you very much for your time and attention. I'd like to thank JD for welcoming me into this space. Thank you very much.
Thank you.